How's it going, everybody? Let me just get these levels right. How's it going, everyone? Welcome. How y'all doing? Lady Enigma, Mr. A. How's it going? BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto community. All the communities out there. Good to see y'all. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Wherever you are, I hope it's just going well. Guys, 4 likes already to start off the stream. Thanks to the 5 viewers. What is up, y'all? How you guys doing? Man, so we got, just before we even get into the awesome news that we have for today, the charts are responding in a pretty interesting way than you would expect considering some recent news, right? And I'm sure everybody knows about what that news is, but maybe it's also expected, right? In times of uncertainty, digital assets and crypto could be seen as a safe haven alternative, right? Interesting to see this pump from Fusion going on. Icon doing things. But man, crazy stuff that's happened in the past couple of days or so, right? And isn't it funny that during the debate, the president himself was saying that we have a vaccine that'll be coming very soon, right? Within the coming weeks. And then remember, I think about a month or so ago, you heard the president say as well that he was going to be going away for a little bit, that we wouldn't see him for some time. You guys remember that? Or did you guys already forget about that in the ADD type of world that we live in, where it's more about what have you done for me lately and not remember. If it's too far back in the past, then why do you still remember that, dude? Right? Well, we're definitely not going to be seeing the president for a bit. Considering the news that's happened. And you guys know what it is. Obviously, everybody knows. So I don't have to say it. I'm not going to risk. This channel already has a hard enough time with YouTube. I'm not going to risk that stuff. But I think it is very interesting that in the debate he was saying there would be a vaccine that would be released within a couple of weeks. And that he was going to be going away for some time. And he said that 2 months ago. Remember, he said, I have a lot of enemies, a lot of people who don't want to see me here, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? You're not going to be seeing me for a little bit. You're not going to be seeing me for a while, he said, right? And everybody was expecting that to happen kind of right away. But it happened a little bit later, right? Especially when we all forgot that he even said that himself. But either way, I don't want to get into too much speculation, at least right now to start off the stream. What is up, y'all? Great to have everybody here. 7 likes already. The Denarian gone crypto. Illy Bang. Perfect stable Sharpie Genius. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? But yeah, man. What an eventful year it has been. What can go wrong is going wrong. And, plot twist upon plot twist upon plot twist. And is this the possible Black Swan, second Black Swan that we were looking for the markets, right? Remember, we were talking about XRP DT's possible 6-cent XRP, or the reason maybe a lot of these cryptos have been around a do or die time, right? Like they have to, and then you have this catalyst. We'll see how the markets respond going into next week on Monday and Tuesday. So far, they're doing pretty well. At least it looks like it. It doesn't. There was a pretty big dump last night from response to the news, so maybe this is just a recovery. Dude, Fusion doing things though. Fusion's flying right now. But yeah, man, it's gonna be an eventful end to 2020. Might as well, man. It's crazy. So many things. They're saying the trajectory of the Great Depression is the same trajectory that the S&P 500 is going through right now. They call it the Great Lockdown now. And it looks like this could continue going into 2021 according to that chart, and it looks like a mirror, basically. Seeing how similar those charts are, it's kind of crazy. Wow, man. $8 XRP by 121. All right, Denarian, I hear you. So crazy, man. All right, but let's check out a chart, and let me give you guys actually a preview of the news we do have to go over today. Some interesting stuff too, but you know, I think that's definitely the major piece of news, right? Is what happened to our First Lady and President. We'll see how this all ends up, man. Did you see some people posting Simpsons? You know how the Simpsons predict everything, right? There's a Simpsons still of Trump in a coffin. And I'm like, oh man, okay, that would be too crazy. But you know what? It is 2020. And I just wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, dude, that would be too, like, I would think there would have to be a mass investigation into the Simpsons if that became true, right? I mean, there's already a lot of things that have become true through the Simpsons that I would really want to investigate further into. But, you know, if this one were to come true in particular, that would be too crazy. I think you would have to really try to figure out how the fuck did you know all about all these events that were going to be happening. It's not just intuition. It's not just your creativity. It's got to be something else, man. It's got to be like this. Either you're like telepathic, or you can see the future. Psychic, I mean. But that would be crazy. Starting highly speculative here on the channel. Guys, 9 likes already to start off the stream. What's up, everybody? All right, so Venezuela to create decentralized stock exchange on Ethereum. ATARI plans to run its token sale next month. Many banks still don't trust crypto. Self-sovereign identity explained. FinCEN warns on ransomware attacks. Notes increased targeting of government entities. Penn State to host its own node for an enterprise blockchain. And this leads us down a little bit of a, I mean, it's not a rabbit hole per se where you get like this crazy revelation, but the connections to this particular article, pretty interesting. TransferWise revs up in Singapore. Ripple partner Finastra chosen by First Independence Bank to reach younger customer base. Ripple wins U.S. patent for new Oracle-based smart contract design. Oh snap. Watch out, Link. Right? Watch out, Ethereum. FATF, Sweden's progress in strengthening measures to tackle money laundering and terrorist financing. And then, you know, I usually don't show Riddlers or on my Twitter post page, but I just thought this was interesting to point out with Mr. C right here, and then some interesting connections to that as well. Oh, I thought I had one set up here, but I guess not. And then Bank for International Settlements, financial stability in the age of global systemic ecological risks. And look at that, talking about black swans, green swans, white swans, just all kinds of swans right there. So we're going to be looking over that today, guys. Maybe we skip some articles depending on how the pace goes. But I'll definitely try to just read the ones that are most relevant, at least to today. Wow, XRP #1. That's crazy, man. If you want to share that with me, dude, let me know who that guy is. Is he the one who called for Trump to be president? Way back in the day? I forgot what that guy's name was, but he's like, you know, he does this thing where he holds up his hand, but he's playing like a keyboard. And, you know, he's just like, he says, Trump will be a trumpet, right? Whoever that guy is. Dude, I mean, perfect stable Sharpie genius. What if that, right? What if what if that happens, right? Where Trump in the debate said, and I'm going to try to not talk too much about this, you guys. I know it's a hot topic, though. Yeah, Kim Clement. There you go, Denarian. There you go. Yeah, Kim Clement's interesting, man. He's such a character. I could see like South Park making a character of him so hard. But with him literally saying at the debate, we're weeks away, and it's going to be coming possibly even before the election, a vaccine. What if Trump is the first one to take it, right? And then that makes it would make more people want to take the vaccine. They're like, dude, our own leader took it. Holy crap! Like and look how healed he is. Oh man, he even looks younger. Damn, he even looks healthier. What? No. All speculation here, guys. Probably not going to happen the way that is. But it's kind of crazy, man. I think it's still not out of the realm of possibility that we still have some other crazy news that happens throughout this month. I think for sure it always seems like this, and you always hear this every year. People saying October will be spooky just because of the Halloween. But I think this October is probably going to be pretty spooky, man. I think a lot of changes are going to be coming very soon. I think this is a catalyst to accelerate a lot of other things, right? Man. Crazy times, dude. And we're so lucky to be aware of what's going on underneath it all, right? The acceleration to a new financial system and the introduction and dawn of a new digital asset class. Man, we got bullish people hitting the like button, dude. 10 likes already. Crazy times, man. We are so lucky to know about digital assets coming into existence. We are so lucky to know that the way this economy is going to be revived is through this digital asset adoption. They're making sure the regulations are clear. Who knows how long this is going to take to that ultimate transition. I'm holding super long term. A lot of people want it this year. I certainly hope so. They want it next year. I certainly hope so. 2022. Man, 2025, I think is going to be where this is normalized, though, right? Because think about how, and I'm not saying, XRP can't reach ridiculous prices, or crypto in general can't reach ridiculous prices up until then. But just thinking about, I think 2025 will really be that sweet spot where this is running, just has been running for consistently, maybe for a year or two already. So maybe 2023, 2022 can be where that real dawn of adoption, mass adoption happens, man. Because it still takes too long to access cryptocurrencies, to access them easily. And until that can happen and store them safely, other than a hardware wallet, we're still a long ways away. Still so many hurdles. Still such a small market cap. But I digress. Let's look at a crypto. Let's look at XRP. Where are we going from here? You had a pretty strong dip. Still around between the 61.8 and 78.6 retracement zone. Could be a fake out for all we know right here towards the downside. You're getting strong buying pressure. Maybe you get pushed back up to 24.69, and then I think you'll face some rejection there. If not, it's got to break out in a big way. You got to see a fat candle in the coming days to break out of this descending channel. Maybe a candle that takes us to 26.38 cents. Arati, yeah, man, what's up, dude? Guys, let me know if the vocal and the music is all good for you guys. Yeah, Denarian, that is classic, dude. It's just crazy, man, what's going on. So lucky to have people like you to share this journey with, and you guys know what's going on, man. You guys know what's happening underneath this whole stage, this whole play. And I hate to say that because, people will be like, no, this is real people's health and lives that are at risk. I get that. And that is serious. And that should be dealt with in its own avenue. But here, in terms of the cryptocurrency space and the digital asset space, it's just great to have a community of people who are aware of what's happening to our economy and the evolution of this new financial system we're going to be going into, this transfer of wealth era that we're in. Who knows when this ends? Maybe it ends in 2022, 2023. Maybe it's a lot longer than we thought. But we know that that is happening. We are in this process. All these are small steps to something big, guys, at the end of the day. And that is the ultimate mass adoption of these digital assets, of the digital asset space. And the inclusion of 2 billion plus people into the financial arena, man. Banking the unbanked. Trillions of dollars pouring into the space. The Denarian, thank you, man. Thanks for that heads up. The fourth industrial revolution, XRP Joe. Exactly, man. So let's not forget how lucky we are. We do get impatient, especially if you've been here for a few years or more. But we are so lucky, man. Holy crap. Especially if we create a new low right here with XRP. You could get a retracement at least up to 24.8. But dude, you want to see a big fat green candle in the next coming days that breaks out of this, if you are indeed going to be breaking out. And maybe something that shoots you up to around 26 cents to ensure that it's a strong breakout and then really take us to newer highs, right? But according to this fib, trend time tool right here, October 16th is looking when we're going to see that point turn the corner. Maybe a little bit before then, according to this triangle right here that we have going on. Still bullish. The future is still bright. I mean, once we get to 20 cents, maybe then I'll start changing my tune. But until then, man, I'm going to be keeping these glasses on because what we're seeing, man, is just open sky and sunshine, man. All right. 99.99 survival rate, 50-year and under. I'm not worried. Yeah, Denarian, I hear you, man. RPM feeling bullish. What's up, RPM? How you guys doing? Guys, welcome to another DLT Crypto Charts and News stream. We haven't even gotten to the first piece of news, but right here, that's what we're waiting for with XRP. Still bearish divergence. Still looking actually very good on the RSI. Technicals are saying it's a strong sell on the moving average. 200 SMA saying it's good. MACD is saying it's a buy. Lots of neutrals. And let me see below the VWAP, unfortunately. I mean, we'll see how these recent events are going to be a catalyst either towards the downside or the upside. If things are still the same, if they're still, going, if the markets are still doing their thing besides the possible catalyst that just recently happened, I won't be surprised to see XRP break out here and continue its upward momentum. And I think it's going to be pretty strong, considering the strength of, the consolidation. First going sideways and then even sinking further, but you still, in the long term, tested old resistance as support. That's what we want to see here. And hopefully we're creating newer lows. Guys, 14 likes already to start off the stream. We haven't even gotten to our first piece of news. So let's get to it. How you doing, guys? Thanks for hitting those likes, guys. We're trying to reach 2K subscribers by the end of October. Sure, this month might be spooky, but it would be great for this channel and for the Blue Crew. I'm telling you that. We're just here to talk to all the communities, hang out with y'all. Much appreciate your support, as always, you guys. You guys make it happen. We are part of the biggest thing to happen on this planet in centuries. Like Crypto Siege says, this is a head up and shoulders back moment. Be proud, family. Wonderful, XRP Joe. And without a doubt, man, the future is bright, dude. We all know what the end game is. We all know, especially if you tune into this channel every single day, you're seeing the little steps that are going to be ending up to be massive. And that's why I look at it in such a long term, because think about all these companies, even within the XRP ecosystem, for example, like what Coil is doing, what Solo is even doing, what Casino Coin is even doing on the XRPL, right? And it's interesting because Ripple doesn't even acknowledge Casino Coin, but nonetheless, building on that ecosystem. And all these are still a couple of years old, and I'm sure there's a much more developments as well. But even about the companies that are adopting the ILP, I'm sure that once it's running, it's fucking running. But, you can understand why this is taking so long. with XRP and with Ripple, it's very clear that regulatory clarity is going to be the thing that really launches XRP through the roof, because it's been the one that's been working with regulators since day one. But also all the institutions, all these central banks going all over the world, making itself a global company. All these interactions, ensuring that they can use the ILP or ODL or any of their other products. You know, that takes a long ass time, man. It doesn't happen overnight. It's been many years in the making. And when you're seeing all these companies or the news talking about blockchain or the underlying blockchain beneath Bitcoin being the thing that counts, I think they're really talking about XRP. And it just makes sense that XRP would be the first mover in the mass adoption era of digital assets, just because they have the track record. They've been a company that's been around longer. Their technology is adaptable. First interoperable coin, first interoperable ledger. It makes sense. And now you're having all these companies saying they want to roll out CBDCs this year. Dude, it's not like they just all of a sudden decided to research into CBDCs in the past 6 months or so. They've been researching into CBDCs since early 2000. But anyways, let's get to the next piece of news. Full of tangents today, guys. My bad. Yep, we're so wrapped up in this, like watching paint dry, grass growing, seasons changing, ice sheets melting, glacial pacing. Dude, Perfect Stable Sharpie Genius should jump on an XRP Bags song, man. What a rhyme right there. Yeah, legendary. It's gonna, for everybody but us, exactly. It's gonna seem like it happened overnight. Exactly, I hear you, legendary. That's actually a good point. Hey, the IMF said XRP is the one. Exactly. Well, how about Brad Garlinghouse says, let me tell you what the IMF is going to do, right? How about I tell you what the IMF is going to do? Guys, Ripple was at one point, and it's very clear that they use the XRP to increase their ecosystem, right? Ripple at one point, and this is something I still speculate on. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong on this one. But Ripple at one point had $150+ billion worth of XRP in their possession when, XRP hit its all-time high, right? So then if XRP was gifted to Ripple and Ripple could do whatever they please with that XRP, and it's still not a security, but they can still use that XRP, sell it in order to, fund other parts of their ecosystem, right? Because that's what they say their intention is to do. And they're very transparent about it. They show where that money does go, right? When they do sell. They even some of the owners are very open about saying that they've sold their XRP in particular. And it's interesting because there was a dump that literally happened for when, remember, David Schwartz sold some of his XRP. But nonetheless, so do you think maybe this bear market was not only intentional to take down Bitcoin, but also maybe XRP being sold off by Ripple to these other, to fund their ecosystem, to establish these connections with these central banks? Because I think at one point, I don't know if Alex Cobb did a video of this, but XRP was a higher value than Bitcoin in total, right? If you were to equate all of the 99 billion of the XRP that was out there, the market cap total was higher than BTC. But nonetheless, guys, we should get to this news. Bear markets fund bull market payouts. Exactly. Perfect Stable Sharpie Genius. I hear you, man. Alrighty, guys. Let's get to it, guys. 14 likes already. Let's get to our first piece of news. We might have to skip some other news articles, but it's okay. I'll try to stick to the ones that seem most relevant. So, Venezuela to create decentralized stock exchange on Ethereum. The newly established exchange will purportedly allow traders to buy and sell tokenized versions of traditional assets on the Ethereum blockchain. In brief, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro announced an anti-sanctions law embracing cryptocurrency. Shortly thereafter, the decentralized stock exchange of Venezuela was established. Traders will purportedly be able to buy and sell tokenized versions of traditional assets. Venezuela continues to go back to the well to survive U.S. sanctions and a crippling financial blockade. No, not the oil well, as over-reliance on petrol helped fuel its economic freefall. Instead, it's once again experimenting with decentralized technologies. This time, Venezuela has opted to create a decentralized stock exchange that uses digital versions of traditional financial assets and instruments. Yesterday, President Nicolas Maduro set the stage for the exchange by announcing the creation of the anti-blockade law for national development and the guarantee of human rights. It outlines several strategies to simulate national economy that has been wounded by seven separate executive orders from U.S. President Obama and Trump, and more than a dozen additional sanctions. Maduro said that the law promotes the use of cryptocurrencies, all of them, not just the state-backed petro, as a way to protect Venezuela's financial sovereignty. The anti-sanctions law is the first response to give new strength to the use of petros and other cryptocurrencies, national and global, in domestic and foreign trade, so that all cryptocurrencies of the world, state-backed and private, can be used. Despite Venezuela's love for extremely centralized administrative procedures, this new stock exchange is as decentralized as possible within the current legal framework. The government says all contracts and protocols are public and auditable, and participants will apparently own their own keys and tokens. The exchange is a DeFi platform running on the Ethereum blockchain, where traders will be able to exchange tokenized traditional assets in the form of ERC-22-3 contracts, an alternative to ERC-20 and ERC-721 unique tokens depending on the case. The reason for doing so, ostensibly, to allow for trading without a centralized intermediary. In this way, investors will be able to trade derivatives, commodities, real estate, stocks, ETFs, and bonds. So Venezuela's DeFi experiment is another in a long line of blockchain trials against a geopolitical backdrop. It's too early to tell whether the primary purpose is to simulate financial activity or bring in foreign investment through the backdoor of digital assets. So Venezuela, man, trying to find more alternatives, right? And actually successfully, it looks like right now, decentralized stock exchange of Venezuela. That's pretty crazy, man. Venezuela experimenting deep with the decentralized finance space. Speaking of Ethereum, let's check out what's going on with Ethereum. How's everybody doing in the chat? Good to see y'all. Hope you guys are doing all right out there. All right. All right, so Ethereum's still looking all right. We need to create a new low here. It looks like you're getting some good buying pressure. We want to close. You could close above it. Wow, dude. Ethereum looking for some bullish reversal right here. MACD looking great. If you look down below right here, you have the decreased bearish pressure right there. Probably find a newer low, and then it's game on for Ethereum as long as you close right above here. And you're right at it. You broke through for a second, but you're right there, man. Let's get a bounce for Ethereum. This could be a good low risk, high reward opportunity right here if it does indeed bounce around this area, and if the recent news and recent catalyst, maybe on Monday we'll figure that out, if this is just a, you know, if the TA won't be respected, basically, because when you have global catalysts like that, I mean, I'm not saying it is well, it is global when a certain country's leader is out for a couple of weeks. I think other countries' leaders are out as well, from what I hear. I hear the Dutch Prime Minister is also out for a couple of weeks. Some people are saying when it comes to a global reset, the global leaders do need to retreat for a couple of weeks. So maybe this is part of their retreat? Who knows? RPM saying it's fake news. I've been soaking up UOS. Nice, legendary. Cardano will replace Ethereum eventually. Denarian, it's looking that way, right? especially with AGI shifting a significant portion. Ethereum will die to FXRP. But let's check out, let's check out UOS. Appreciate y'all. What's up, everybody? So we're looking at UOS. Could be finding a bounce right here. I don't know why this is not where I want it to be. There we go. So you could be getting a bounce here from UOS. Maybe our target's going to be up to, well, you already hit the 11 right here. I mean, this is risky, man. It's risky because you could get a little bit of a relief, you know, maybe back up to at least back up to 12.98, and then maybe you can get to 14 cents. But that would just be about halfway or 61% up retrace, right? And if you do get that, then that could be very bearish, and that's where you see this possible head and shoulders happen. So you definitely want to keep respecting this if you're hoping to go towards the upside right here for UOS. In terms of how it looks on the fibs in a long-term sense, from this initial pump up to our top, gorgeous, right? From the bottom here to the top here, you're at the 61.8 golden retrace zone. So this could be bullish for UOS. Personally, I think maybe you're gonna, like I said, you'll get a relief pump towards the top, so there'll be some gains, and then you'll probably get some selling pressure to maybe test halfway. So maybe here, instead of maybe going all the way back down, you'll test again at 12, and then you'll bounce up towards the upside and try to test 17 cents for UOS. But dude, legendary, that's a good eye, man. That's a good, I think this is a pretty good one, man. By the way, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, not a pro trader, not even a pro streamer, but just a community member hanging out with all the communities here. How's it going, everybody? Theta. Yeah, let's check out Theta. Why not? We'll check out Theta and Cardano, and then we'll move on to some more news, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, so Theta, having touched around the golden retrace zone between the 5, the 50, and the 61.8% retrace zone, looking like it's going to try to continue its next jump. And you could be right here, man. This could be a time where Theta just starts to go vertical, right? It's getting close to that point. Very similar to what happened around here. I'd say you're around this area for Theta. So I think the next jump, like you said, man, could even possibly touch $1 for Theta, which would be nuts. And to think it was at 5 cents. Whew. Damn. But yeah, golden retrace zone, probably the bullishness can continue. You are seeing some bears start to come in, but the bulls are eating it right up. RSI looks not the best. It's slightly above the VWAP, so there is some good hope there, and the technicals are saying it's all good. Funky Fresh in the house. What's up, Funky Fresh? How you doing, my man? All right, so now we're looking at ADA. Perfect bounce right here, it looks like, from a former point of resistance that we had broken through, and now it looks like we're treating it as support again. Game on for 12 cent ADA in the future from 3. If if this catalyst that we've recently gone through, and you guys all know what the catalyst is, I want to see how next week is going to respond to this, right? Because these next couple of weeks could get funky, man. We are in uncharted territory in terms of a lot of things, and that could either increase the adoption of digital assets, right? Because during times of uncertainty, maybe people look at these as safe haven assets, right? And maybe this is where we could see those bulls continue. But we just have to wait and see a little bit longer. But this is looking pretty good for Cardano to at least try to even take you back to 10 cents. And then I think you're going to probably see 11 cents very soon, and possibly 12 cents again for Cardano. But ideal bounce, man. This is what you want right here. You wanted to see this bounce. Let's get a newer low, a higher low formed right there. If we get a green day, then it's game on. Let's send it to the freaking moon. And let's say if there's an Elliott wave impulse up right here for Cardano, even though we don't have enough yet to really gauge off of. Let's say this is your 2 right here. 3 is going to be most likely there. You'll probably come back down and test your 4 right here. And then this could be your endpoint right there, depending on the strength of the buying pressure, right? You don't want this to be your endpoint, because then that can lead into more bearish pressure to come soon. Same thing would happen all over again. I think what you're maybe going to want to see is something like this formed for Cardano. Want to break out. Great bounce right here. Good bounce. You had decreasing bearish momentum. The RSI was looking good until it pumped up towards the upside. But maybe it continues right here. Maybe it finds a bounce and it takes it up. But yeah, Cardano under 10 cents. That looks great, man. Official link, Cardano sucks ass. I hear you, man. I hear you. I think Theta and ULS will be tied at the hip eventually. Yeah, legendary. I could see that. And maybe even with Wax, right? And what other ones? Engine. Maybe they all get together. Guys, thanks for smashing those likes. Let's check out our next piece of news. You guys are amazing. Thanks for tuning in. ATARI. Speaking of video game coins, ATARI plans to run its token sale next month. The company's Ethereum-based ATARI token will be used with its casino apps. ATARI is planning to run an IEO for its cryptocurrency token in November on Bitcoin.com's cryptocurrency exchange. Following the sale, the token will be listed on multiple exchanges. It is not clear, however, whether there is general interest in ATARI's cryptocurrency or gambling site. According to a press release published on Bitcoin.com, ATARI is planning to run its long-planned token sale this November. Since 2018, ATARI has been planning to release a cryptocurrency called ATARI Token. The token has been built on Ethereum's ERC20 token standard and is meant for use in the company's online gambling apps and competitive staking games. Today's announcement reveals that ATARI will be sold during an initial exchange offering on Bitcoin.com. Investors who participate in the sale will be able to buy ATARI with 4 other cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. It depends on the amount set as a hard cap and how much is raised. U.S. citizens will not be able to buy tokens during the IEO. However, following the IEO, the token will be listed on Bitcoin.com and other exchanges. Will ATARI Token succeed? The company is no longer the gaming giant that it once was. At this point, it is little more than a trademark that has been sold multiple times. Critics have compared ATARI to Kodak. ATARI might be better positioned to create a successful cryptocurrency since online casinos are popular both inside and outside the crypto industry. It should be noted that ATARI has other crypto-related plans as well. ATARI has partnered with Litecoin to allow users to spend LTC in its ecosystem. And it has also partnered with the Ultra blockchain on the relaunch of its VCS game console. The company plans to issue a second token called Pong Token in Kenya as well. As such, Atari's blockchain plans do not depend entirely on a single project, though the success of the token clearly is a sign as to whether its other plans will succeed. So Atari jumping into the game even more so. Are you guys going to be getting Atari tokens? Who's going to be getting Atari tokens here? Alright, so many banks still don't trust crypto. Gonna jump into a new news article, guys, just really quick. Short article here, and then we'll look at some more charts. Just trying to catch up with the news. I'll be getting some ATARI. There we go. Sadly, I remember Atari. I know, I feel you, man. It looks like banks and financial institutions are still split down the middle when it comes to cryptocurrency. Many banks are still iffy on the subject of crypto. For the most part, the gap between both centralized and decentralized finance has been somewhat bridged over the past few months. After all, many banks have now been given the green light to offer crypto custody services to their customers, but how many are looking to do this willingly? It appears many of them are still having second thoughts about digital currencies. According to a new report, the document was commissioned by both the RUSI and ACAMS. Through a partnership with Yugo, it contains approximately 566 individual responses from financial regulators across the globe, many of whom are responsible for monitoring the governing cryptocurrency exchanges and other monetary forms. Financial intelligence units have also provided information for the survey. It looks like the primary concern amongst these institutions is that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are widely utilized for malicious behavior. They are worried about bad actors and see Bitcoin as a potential tool for funding terrorists, cyber attacks, and other hazardous organizations. Many banks simply do not understand how best to mitigate risk and deal with potential consequences that come with the darker side of Bitcoin use. Approximately 70% of the respondents listed criminal activity as their primary concern regarding digital currency use. Kyla Isenman, a co-author of the report, a research analyst, Center of Financial Crime and Security Studies. The crypto industry appears to have a great amount of confidence in its own abilities to counter and detect risk, whereas government doesn't have as nearly as much faith. Bridging the gap is essential, as all sectors agree that the use of cryptocurrency is on the rise, but we know there's no clear consensus on domestic regulatory action, which risks opening the door to illicit activities. Too many splits and creases. Others taking part in the survey suggest that sanctions are far more worrisome than illicit operations. The executive director of the ACMS and former executive secretary of the Financial Action Task Force mentioned in a statement, the results of the survey give a unique global insight into how respondents, foreign governments, financial institutions, and crypto industry itself think about cryptocurrency, its potential, and its risks. Their views are well worth noting as policy making and regulatory enforcement continue to take shape around the world. What the document shows more than anything is just how much the space still exists between standard monetary firms and regulators and the digital currency arena. Those in the survey citing and crypto suggest that the digital industry is still far more transparent than that traditional transactions, though respondents in favor of standard institutions scoffed at the idea. Man, sorry guys, I kind of butchered reading through that article, but you know, as we mentioned before, still so many hurdles towards the adoption of cryptocurrency. And remember, most of these are scams, and a lot of banks are still very iffy on Bitcoin. So how is this global regulatory framework going to work for cryptocurrencies? And you know, as you're seeing, you have Atari releasing a token. You're still having tokens being released almost daily now, it seems. And whether they're getting listed on a new exchange, or it's a new release, or it's an airdrop of some sort, it just seems like there's more and more crypto companies and blockchain companies that are coming into this space. And are any of them even registered as money service providers by any means for their token? And you know, it's just hard to kind of weave what's the good from the bad in this space. There's still a majority of bad actors in the space, and that is why regulators are so iffy about it, and just trying to see which ones are the real companies, right? And doing their due diligence, maybe interviewing a lot of these companies. I'm just surprised that we haven't seen, like, is it more of a wait and see approach for them or something? Because like, I would think the Financial Action Task Force would be really cranking down hardcore on a lot of these companies to see if they're even real. right? If they're even providing something that is solving a real world problem, and why aren't they shutting them down aggressively or fining them aggressively? And maybe that's still to come. Who knows? Alrighty, guys, let's check out, let's see what's going on with XLM. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Guys, 2K subscribers by the end of October. Probably not going to happen unless you make it happen, right? BitMEX is bad, okay? Yes. Well, dude, that was crazy that the CEO of BitMEX was calling out Justin Sun and CZ and some other people and saying, you motherfuckers are next. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but he posted saying, you motherfuckers are next. RPM, it's all good, man. Your support means the world, man. Thank you. What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? Yeah, so hard to narrow down the choices to hold. I mean, look at what I got here, man. Like I was at 50 at one point, and then I went back up to 76. I'll probably do another consolidation round, but then I know some people in the chat are like, yo, check out this coin, and then I look at it, and it looks pretty interesting, and so I add it, you know, but yeah. I'm invested in about, I don't know, I would say a quarter of these now that we're up at 76. So, and I don't know, man, sometimes I just think about consolidating it all into like XRP and ETH or XLM, like one of the topper, you know, higher tier, already in the billions, probably have established their ecosystems a little bit more. You know, like Tezos seems like a very promising project down the line as well, like long term. VeChain, IOTA, hell, Theta, right? XRP. And then I just keep listing them off, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? It's good that I'm diversified, right? Let's check out XLM right here. So XLM finding some support. Deep retrace zone, but depending on where it closes, you could be right here finding your retrace, 61.8% retrace, and closing above a certain point of resistance. And if that's true, man, then maybe this is game on for Stellar to take you to 8 cents, 82 cents right here. You know, we've kind of drawn this plan out, right? So we got our bounce off the channel right here. We're treating it as support for now. Maybe we get some green days up ahead for XLM, and it could take you up to around 8.1, but then that's where you'll probably meet some resistance, and then you can get rejected towards the downside, and it can be bad, right? Could still possibly go down to 5.8 cents for XLM. Right around there. I mean, it does look kind of like there's like a head and shoulders going on right here, right? So, we'll see how this plays out for XLM. As long as it's, you know, below this certain resistance point, which it was a support at one point. But it came down in a bad way, man. And especially when you're coming, like right here, you have this ascending channel, right? When you're coming from selling pressure and you have this big of an ascending channel, that just means the dip will be bigger. So 5 cents XLM is still a possibility if it doesn't creep back up into this channel. It doesn't look like it will. Let's see the weekly or the monthly to get some confirmation here. Why do I keep using my mouse pad and not my mouse, man? It just makes no sense. Okay. Yeah, you're already outside of this channel. Here, you're experiencing a bounce, fortunately, from... I mean, actually, the monthly doesn't look too bad. If you consider the fibs between this point and here, you're still around that golden retrace zone. Could be double bottoming right here, and maybe, yeah, man, maybe you could be shot up to 15, 16 cents for Stellar down the line towards the end of the year, maybe into the new year for Stellar. Those can be some pretty awesome gains. This actually doesn't look too bad for Stellar. Wow. On the monthly looks great. So maybe a long-term. You know, I am long-term on Stellar, but this just confirms it right here. New low, higher low. Let's go. Man, 25 cents Stellar? Is that in the cards? 22 cents Stellar? Before the end of the year? Whew! We'll see, man. Let's see how this plays out. 2020 has been a funky year, so it's kind of hard to take these monthlies seriously, right? Alrighty, guys. Let's go to... Let me see. FinCEN. Let's go to FinCEN right here. Connie Stewart in the house. What's up, Connie? Official link. They are getting ready to hyperinflate the euro and the dollar. 777 lumens at a time. Stellar Development Foundation was on the same video with Brian Brooks and Jay Clayton. I like that funky fresh. Nice, man. RPM, I hear you. But that's a great observation right there, Funky Fresh. I mean, Stellar's not, you know, they've been very quiet, but they're doing their thing, dude. And I think Ripple and XRP and Stellar, just, you know, the Stellar Foundation or IBM, I think all of those within that little umbrella are all working together, man. I don't think they're competitors. I think they're setting up a very strong, interoperable global financial system that is using both of these technologies in order to provide financial institutions, banks, more options. They're going to be custodying digital assets, not a digital asset, right? So they're going to be custodying, most likely, XLM, XRP, maybe XTC, maybe some Ethereum as well, maybe some BTC. But for sure, I really feel like XLM and XRP are both going to be in that basket of global digital currencies, without a doubt. It's just so much with Stellar and Ripple. So many ins and outs, so many connections. But yeah, I'm liking Stellar here on the monthly, actually. Not too bad. All right. So FinCEN warns on ransomware attacks, notes increased targeting of government entities. Amid a rising incidence of ransomware attacks being reported this year, the U.S. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network issued an advisory Thursday concerning such attacks. FinCEN's advisory notes that the governmental entities and financial, educational, and healthcare institutions have been particularly targeted by these attacks. The Financial Watchdog's advisory notes the severity and sophistication of such attacks has continued to rise. It adds that this also represents a major concern for financial intermediaries like banks or exchanges, because quite often they're the ones processing ransom payments for such attacks. The advisory said these attacks have increasingly targeted larger enterprises for bigger payouts. Attackers tend to share resources to increase effectiveness of their attacks and usually require payments be made using cryptocurrency and most commonly BTC. It also notes ransomware attacks on small municipalities and healthcare entities have also seen an increase, likely due to the lack of sophisticated cybersecurity controls available to such entities. I just don't get why people are asking for BTC through the hacks or ransoms or anything like that. I mean, how uneasy must that person be having to wait an hour for the transaction to arrive? You know, maybe he has such faith in the Bitcoin and security of the Bitcoin system that once it's sent, it's for sure going to be received to him. So maybe he doesn't even look at his wallet, you know? But dude, wouldn't you just rather like have it sent to you right away? I don't know. I'm not trying to speak for doing any ransoms or anything, but it's just crazy that, you know, there's such high demand for BTC, especially in these dark markets, man. And we know it can be traceable. Universal basic income is the death of fiat. I hear you, Official Link, but after that death of fiat, it will rise like a phoenix, right? And Be different. Be digital. CBDCs will rise from the death of fiat. Funky Fresh, I just don't, you know, I hear a lot of people saying that, right? With XRP being the back end and XLM being the front end. To me, that just doesn't make much sense. Just because if you're already at the layer of it all, then why can't it eventually grow to the front end in time, right? If you're already covered the whole back end, if you're at the base of where value is transferred through all these central banks, then why can't it eventually just grow to be part of retail, right? I just don't understand. When you're using that bridge currency all the time, why can't it just become the currency to use? The global currency to use anywhere, anytime. You know? I'm just interested to see because, like, Hyperledger consists of Ripple, Stellar, and even HBAR, and some other cryptocurrencies that are in the Hyperledger consortium. And I'm just interested to see how all of them are going to work together and how are all of them going to be interoperating with each other. And is there one ledger that encapsulates them all to make sure that they're all, you know, if one ledger were to go down, it's not, you know, you can take, like, it's like multiple heads to the beast, right? So what's going to be the beast body to all those heads, to all those blockchains, right? Is it going to be Overledger with Quant? Is it going to be the XRPL? Is it going to be Tyrion with its anchoring nodes, right? Is it going to be XLM with its anchoring? Yeah, XLM has banks and cross-border also, so that's why it could be, like, why can't both of them just be back-end and front-end? What if they're just these digital currencies, the new advent of these digital currencies, right? These new global introductions of global currencies, and XLM and XRP are two of them, right? They're like the new age, the mass adoption version of a Bitcoin and a Litecoin, for example. Which still doesn't make sense because obviously Litecoin exists because it's like considered a faster alternative to Bitcoin, and that's really what makes its value. But where XRP and XLM can both execute federal Byzantine agreements and 10,000 transactions per second. Same with HBAR, by the way. HBAR can execute 10,000 plus transactions per second and scale to be higher as well. Same with Solana. Solana apparently 50,000 transactions per second. I'm just interested to see how this is all going to end up, man. That's why we're reading this every single day, right? That's why we're keeping ourselves aware and educating ourselves every day, just to see how all these pieces are going to fall in place and how all these things are going to work together ultimately. But dude, yeah, Stellar at the value that it's at and XRP at the value that it's at, I mean, it's hard for me to want to look into other cryptocurrencies knowing what Stellar is doing and knowing what Ripple is doing. And, you know, saying, nah, I don't want to put, like, this is for me personally, of course, guys. I never tell you guys what to do. But it's like, damn, man. You know, if I put my money into, for example, I've been liking, you know, Cody and Kava, right? But damn, every time I put money into those, I kind of go, man, but I could have had more XRP at this price. I could have had more XLM at this price. Because I feel very certain that at one day, they're going to be at price points where I just don't even want to throw money at anymore. For example, like $5 I think is reasonable for both XRP and XLM in the future. I don't know when that would happen. But, you know, that's why I would love to take advantage of them at these prices right now. And maybe they dip even further. And then, damn, what a freaking deal that'll be, right? Crypto way of life, XLM and XRP every day. Exactly, man. And Zitfin. Zitfin's great too. XDC. Man, I've been excited about this one called BZNT because it's actually in collaboration with IBM and Hyperledger. For the first time that IBM is creating, in collaboration with another company, a blockchain. So BZNT, I'm really excited about. And if you're even checking this out, look at the definition of what the word BZNT is. A gold or silver coin originally minted at Byzantium. So Byzant, right? A Middle Ages, Western Europe gold coin. So then if you check out Byzant, like BZNT website, IBM blockchain. And there you go. Byzant collaborates. Recently announced Hyperledger Foundation membership. And then Byzant and IBM are working together to build the framework for Byzant blockchain platform that will provide an end-to-end blockchain solution for enterprises using Hyperledger Fabric, thus using HBAR, XLM, XRP, all those in the Hyperledger Fabric, ILP. Byzant so I was like, man, I want to go into Byzant. I want to see what Byzant's going to be all about, especially if it's using all these awesome, like if its blockchain is in collaboration with all these other awesome blockchains. Enterprises can utilize securely for a wide array of use cases. And excuse me shilling Byzant really hard here, guys. I'm not trying to get you guys in on this. I'm just trying to bring awareness and educate. I just really like this. Like, this enough for me is like, dude, I want to throw at least something in there for BZNT and see where it goes, especially at the price valuation that it's at. You know, yeah, and the past 7 days has been pretty good. Past 30 days against ETH, it's been all right. But dude, all-time high was at 16 cents. Where's its low right now? 0.007. Like, this thing could be ready to blow at any time. Total majority of the circulating supply is out from its max supply. We'll see what happens with this one as well. A little bit of a tangent there towards BZNT. Excuse me, guys. Don't know how we got there, but we did. And by the way, with the news yesterday, you know, you guys know how I shout out to Tyrion a lot. Check out TNT right here. I don't know if things have changed. Oh, no, not on the USDT, and definitely not on the monthly. It looks probably bad. Oh, no. Okay, so, yeah, right there, it shot up from 7.6 to 0.08. I'm thinking BZ or TNT is going to be climbing back up sometime soon. Maybe up to 0.16 again. And guys, it was once at like 11 cents. And I think this one's being heavily manipulated. And if you look at TNT's circulating supply, it makes sense. Not even half of the total supply of Tyrion is out there. It's kind of very similar to something else we know of, right? XRP. Where not even half of its circulating supply, or half of its max supply, is in the circulating supply. So definitely still a lot of room to manipulate, and currently this half that we're seeing is being manipulated heavily, and nobody gives a fuck about going into it. But what's going on with this other half, right? What is Dell doing? What is Microsoft doing? What is Philips doing? What are these other collaborations that Tyrion has? The 250 plus collaborators on the Hyperledger consortium, one of the earliest Hyperledger consortiums members, right? I'm holding true with this one, man. We're gonna see, you'll definitely see on this channel how this ends up developing with TNT. I definitely think it's very underrated, very quiet, scarily quiet. Could be just a shitcoin, I get it, but guys, man, it's been just connected with Ripple too. Through the World Economic Forum. Wayne Vaughn, their CEO, has tons of respect in the crypto community and in just the business community in general. One of the earliest partners for Microsoft, one of the earliest partners for Dell and Philips. And we know Philips Technology is also involved in the healthcare sector. So a lot of good things, man. Just a lot of great cryptos. We're so lucky to be aware of any of these in this space. And if you're holding any of these, congratulations to you. But anyways, guys, let's go to pretty unique article right here. Actually, I'm going to go fill up on coffee and we'll get into this because there's a little bit of a stretch of stuff that we need to look into here. And this is basically going to be very Ripple and XRP heavy. So I'll give people a chance for the other communities who just don't want to hear anything about Ripple or XRP. This is your chance. I'll be right back. I'm going to fill up my coffee cup. And then we'll get into this. All right. We're back. Hope you guys enjoyed that that little fiat leak background there when I go away. I think it's pretty cool, man. It's just cool seeing all those cryptos converging in. You can actually select a different country per, but it takes a lot of steps in terms of getting that on the stream to do that. So it's like, I guess we'll just keep it with the US for now. But a really cool graphic that Fiat League started adding there. Guys, 18 likes already on this stream. You guys are unreal. Thank you guys for all your support, without a doubt. Yeah, internet satellites and satellite nodes. Some weird things going on. Hyperledger, Consensus, Accenture. Yeah. MasterCard, Secure Key, the DTCC, right? DTCC was there for the Jay Clayton and Brian Brooks, and they're both like thought leaders in that Hyperledger consortium. Accenture, DTCC, and IBM definitely are all connected, without a doubt. I think all of this big tech is connected. And guys, there was an interesting... Dang, I should have saved this video. I totally forgot to do this, and I'm going to have to paraphrase it terribly. But there was a CNBC video of this guy talking about how big tech throughout this whole situation has just been... Their earnings have been going through the roof, and the earnings for Amazon. This guy made an observation about Amazon, saying Amazon is literally intentionally holding itself back from doing certain things just so it doesn't have to deal with regulators so consistently or deal with lawsuits, because they can Amazon literally has the power, if they wanted to keep expanding into so many other sectors of our lives, right? Where they can just why can't Amazon sell you a car? Why can't like, you know, Amazon what was it? Not cook you food, but sell you a home and stuff. Why can't like there just be towns like that are just Amazon towns, right? Or, you know, we've already seen cities, right? Amazon cities or Amazon markets and stuff like that. But it's just crazy to think about a tech giant that is only getting more powerful through all of this, through us investing in the digital realm more and more, where they are increasing and literally having to hold back their development because they do probably have super long-term views, but they have to go at the snail's pace when they could actually, just because of regulations, but them in actuality could just go a lot further, right? And in a way, it helps to ensure healthy growth of Amazon, because then they're not spreading themselves too thin too fast, right? So it's a perfect storm when it comes to these other big tech companies as well, but especially with Amazon. And it's going to be crazy thinking about when Amazon AWS and their cloud services start really using, I think in particular their Lambda section, AWS Lambda, starts using blockchain transactions or Hyperledger transactions in their cloud computing. And what that can mean, man, it's just... ubiquitous payments in the next 10 years is possibly going to be like microtransactions. I think will be a thing within the next 5 years. But then the ubiquitous payments aspect of it, like the stuff that we were talking about where you can just go into a store, grab something, and not have to interact with anybody to buy it, and you know, you just get charged right then and there from when you walk out the door with that product. Like, the future is nuts, man. Have you checked your viewer stats from each country? Just interested. XRP #1, man. I haven't actually checked out my viewer stats from each country. That's a good question. I should do that. I have noticed that I've been getting the part of the reason why I'm trying to get to even 2K subscribers by the end of October is that I'm interested to see if I'm getting capped out right here by YouTube on my subs, because so far, even since I've tried to even pursue, like, try to get subscribers here for the channel, and before I wouldn't even really try to do that, but now, like, I'm taking this channel more seriously and I do want to get more subscribers, but I'm also just doing it as an experiment to see if YouTube is trying to cap me out at a certain amount of subs, because so far I've been at the same number for a good long while, and I'm just interested to see what's going on with that. But you know, maybe I just need to go for it a little bit more, and the subs will come. And I mean, it's not like something I'm too worried about, but I'm just trying to be more transparent with you guys as to, like, I don't know, man, my channel is interesting. It's getting some attention from YouTube that I don't know why. It's not, I'm not even that big of a channel, like, at all. Like, go talk to Altcoin Daily or the Modern Investor. Why me? Why me? Let's play basketball, you guys, Lady Enigma. Oh, Funky Fresh, dude. Please, man. That would be awesome, man. That sounds cool, man. I'm down. XRP #1. I hear you, man. No, dude. We're going to be doing what we do regardless, and hanging out with you guys is already great. I'm just doing it as mostly an experiment to see what's going on if YouTube is trying to cap out the number of subs I can get, because it's just eerily been at the same number for a long time, and just interested to see how that's going to be going. But aside from that, guys, let's get into this next piece of news. So this is going to lead into something else, and I'm interested to hear your guys' opinions on this, but let's get into it. So Penn State set to host its own node for an enterprise blockchain. Penn State snagged one of GoChain's node operator posts. Pennsylvania State University, a U.S. university touting more than 100,000 students, has agreed to operate as a signing node for GoChain's Proof of Reputation, or POR blockchain. Constructed as a fork of the Ethereum blockchain's code, GoChain is secured by selected entities that run their own nodes. GoChain's senior vice president of marketing told Cointelegraph GoChain's blockchain used as a consensus mechanism called POR, which calls on a set of number of approved signing nodes to help run the network. The blockchain aims to eventually function with 50 of these nodes. We set the bar high, so it'll take time to get to 50. Gonzalez said some of its current node operators include Dish Network, Lenovo, and now Penn State. One public blockchain with maximum 50 nodes. It is public and accessible by anyone and is 100% Ethereum compatible. Excuse me. So anyone can take advantage of the 100x scalability, 1,300 transactions per second, and 10,000x cheaper fees. Also, because each node is voted in and their reputation is at stake, they don't need to battle for hashes. GoChain has 99.9% smaller carbon footprint. Scalability has surfaced as a big issue in the crypto space over the last several years. Bitcoin, for reference, only completes approximately 7 transactions per second on its blockchain. Penn State's Smeal College of Business heads up the node via the Business School's Center for Supply Chain Research. According to a statement provided by Cointelegraph, the Smeal College of Business has a substantial resume of supply chain involvement. In addition to operating as a node, the school's Center for Supply Chain Research plans to study blockchain's role in supply chains with GoChain and the Department of Supply Chain and Information Systems, another entity within Penn State's business school. The statement noted Lenovo made its move onto GoChain in January. Updates: this article has been updated, blah blah blah, 40,000 students, 100,000 based on the information. But so Penn State owning a node from GoChain, and I do like GoChain in the long term. Apparently this and Algorand are like kind of big time competitors. Believe it or not, I think Hyperledger, once it's fully activated, once we get regulatory clarity, Hyperledger is going to be kicking some ass, and the projects that are on there are going to be kicking some ass in terms of adoption. But GoChain and Algorand, you know, apparently setting up some very strong ecosystems themselves. And Go is available on, I think, certain exchanges out there. But one of the things that stood out to me here was Penn State's involvement with GoChain. And then I was like, wait a second, but isn't Penn State involved with UBRI, right? The university, what is it? University Blockchain Research Initiative by Ripple. So Ripple is collaborating with leading universities around the world to support and accelerate academic research, technical development, and innovation of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and digital payments. So then you look at all their academic partners on the University Blockchain Research Initiative. Mind you, it's crazy that Ripple connected to the W3C, a majority of those members implementing ILP. So all big tech, basically. All the central banks. And now all the, you know, universities globally. How is Ripple getting so much FUD against it, man? How is XRP getting so much FUD when you see how massive this web is for Ripple and XRP and ensuring the liquidity, right? And educating future developers about it. So here you go. You got MIT, Princeton, and look at that. Looky here, Penn. You got Penn State involved as well. So Penn State definitely trying to be a leader in adopting certain blockchains. But I was just surprised to hear that Cointelegraph was leaving this out, that Penn State was also involved, is also involved in the University Blockchain Research Initiative with Ripple. Don't know why Cointelegraph wants to leave that out, but I get it. You know, it's more about GoChain's adoption, recent adoption with it. But dude, look at this UBRI Blockchain Research Initiative, man. Crazy. Georgetown, MIT, Morgan State, University of Tokyo, Kyoto, Korea. Yeah, they all know about Ripple. They all know about XRP, without a doubt. How's it going, everybody? Illy Bang, huge. Yeah, that's one of the things I hate with Twitter. I do like that you get connected to things you wouldn't expect to see sometimes. But yeah, sometimes you're just looking on Twitter and then all of a sudden you just like, you know, you just, by scrolling it, you see something disturbing and you're just like, damn. Really wish that I didn't see that, but that's how it goes. Yeah, they have a blockchain at Berkeley University, which is 15 minutes away from San Francisco. I like that, Funky Fresh. Check the email. Oh, got it. Oh, for the designs? Yeah, dude, let's check them out. Oh, man, these look awesome, dude. Wow. Guys, you got to check this out, man. Funky Fresh, dropping some sweet designs right here. Let me see if I can share this. XRP, the bridge currency. I like those little Ripple logo clouds around there too, man. That's dope. XRP, the digital bridge asset. I like that. Look at it. It's the liquidity under that bridge, right? The foundation. Ooh, that's a cool one too, man. The digital bridge asset. Awesome, man. This one's cool too, dude. I like the water being shaped in XRP logos. That's really cool. Make currency great again. XRP. I like that, dude. That's awesome, man. Funky Fresh, man. Guys, hit him up if you need some designs or anything. This guy looks like he knows his shit, man. Hell yeah, Funky Fresh. And always dropping some awesome information, dude. The guy just always drops into these chats, dropping some cool links to great stuff, man. Yeah, black and white is awesome too, man. The sailing boat? Yeah, exactly. Alright, guys. So, next piece of news. Let's check out, if we can, check out XDC. Nope, not here. Let's see what XDC is doing over here. All right, so yeah. XDC. Create that newer low. I mean, anywhere would be good. Looks like you're getting the bouncing. Looks like you're getting the buying pressure. Looks like you're closing above this area right here over on the left. As long as we close above there, man, we could be in for some awesome accumulating times for XDC in the next run up. And, you know, possibly hitting well past a cent if everything goes well for XDC. But, man, if we can consider this a new level of support right here at 004 for XDC, you know, the future could be very bright right here indeed for XDC. I don't like the weak breakout that it had out of its descending channel, but it looks like you're breaking out again, and it's yet another weak breakout. But you're still at golden retrace zones. You're bouncing off a former area of what was once resistance. Hopefully you're treating that as support. Let's hit those targets finally for XDC. You know, 006, 008, around there. Can't really check out any other indicators. The VWAP, you're slightly below, so that's not too good. Oh, give me a sec. Let's just go with this one. I also have an eBay store. Awesome, dude. RPM, exactly, man. Moon XDC right here. Hey, man, and great retracement, right? From the pump that it had, great level of retracement. If we were to do the fibs just from here, it would look pretty good. I'm pretty sure of that. So right here from our low, we already did the fibs, and I didn't even notice it. Wow. But yeah, deep retrace, 78.6, but testing a former level of resistance, hopefully as support. Nothing better, man. Great, you know, low entry, you know, high risk, or what's it called, low risk, high reward situation right here with XDC. Yeah, maybe round 2 is coming. We'll see. Guys, 18 likes. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much. All right. So another Ripple news. So wasn't Ryan Sagone TransferWise? Didn't Ryan Sagone just recently go to TransferWise? Yeah. So Ryan Sagone joining TransferWise. So then let's see. To everybody, how much spark will Jed McCaleb get? Oh my god. Everybody's so scared. Alright. So then Ryan Sagone, part of TransferWise, so this is why we're also looking at this article right here, released by FinExtra. You can now receive SGD straight into your TransferWise account, just like locals could. This means you can get paid, receive money from friends and family, or send SGD to yourself. These, so revving up in Singapore, so the Singapore dollar. These banks' details will be unique to you and are free to get if you have a personal account. How do you get your SGD bank details? No long fussy forms and no need for local address, just a few minutes of setup. How to get SGD details. So then that's it. They're ready to share a link and click the button. If you have a business account, there we go. And if you once received your SGD, you can spend it instantly with your debit card. Auto convert to the and if you're in Singapore, it'll auto convert to the home currency of the country you're in. A small conversion you're in for a small conversion fee. What is that? What is doing the conversion? What is this conversion currency? But there's no rush to spend your SGD. You can hold it into your account, convert it into a different currency, or send it to another account. Whatever you do with your SGD, you can rest easy. It's safe. It's safe with TransferWise. Right now, if you're a Singapore resident, you can't hold more than 5,000 SGD in your TransferWise personal account by the end of the day. But we're working to make it better for everyone. New to TransferWise but want to receive SGD? Okay, so then more of an advertisement for SGD. But what is this auto convert to the home currency of the country you're in? What? Converting? So then let's look at TransferWise's connection with Ripple. TransferWise has examined Ripple's high-speed cross-border payment solution. And TransferWise co-founder, if every bank in the world was connected to Ripple, it would be amazing, right? Literally said that. Let's see. Where does it go? Where was that quote? Give me a sec. So in every country, we try to connect to the payment network, and if we are lucky, we can do it in real time. In many countries we are in, you can send money from Australia to UK and it'll be about 15 seconds if your customer is a bank. If every bank in the world was connected to the Ripple network, it would be amazing. Today, there's not widespread adoption for any of these. If every bank in the world was connected to the Ripple network, it would be amazing. Yet, how many banks today are using Ripple in its production? A very short list. Yeah, but that list, I'm sure, is only getting bigger, and this was posted in 2018, right? I'm sure the acceleration of that has gone. But I just like that, I like that he said it would be amazing, though, right? It's not like he's not for it. If every bank in the world was connected to Ripple network, it would be amazing. So TransferWise, SGD, maybe using Ripple to auto-convert the SGD into anything of their global currency, right? Let's get into another Ripple article. We got a couple more Ripple articles here, guys, and gonna try to speed this up a little bit because going over a little bit past an hour, but always enjoy hanging out with y'all, that's for sure. Bunny Money. James Rule XRP in the house. What's up, James Rule? How you doing, man? Ripple partner Finastra chosen by First Independence Bank to reach younger customer base. The world's third largest financial services company, Finastra, now works with First Independence Bank to help it reach younger customers. The news that Ripple partner Finastra, the third largest financial services company in the world, has been selected by First Independence Bank in the Detroit area to expand the retail side of its business. Finastra solutions to help attract underserved young population. According to the article, First Independence Bank, which has been part of the Detroit community for half a century and works primarily with the underserved and minority populations, will cooperate with Finastra to use its fintech solutions. Now, the bank was decided to involve younger customers and offer them new digital banking solutions provided by Finastra, Fusion Phoenix Code, Fusion Digital Banking. Those products will also help the bank to improve its efficiency and provide its clients with more streamlined and contemporary banking services. The bank is a community development financial institution, which means it is committed to working with local communities. Community members will be able to open an account, pay their bills, and more digitally using the Finastra solutions provided by the bank. So even more use and adoption for other companies that are using Ripple's products. Great to see here. And yet, let's go into this other piece of Ripple news, XRP news. Guys, 20 likes on the stream already. Been averaging 20 likes per stream. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Ripple wins U.S. patent for new Oracle-based smart contract design. Blockchain payments technology firm Ripple has won a patent for a design that can execute smart contracts based on data collected from the outside world. Earlier this week, Ripple Labs received a patent for a smart contract that can use oracles to connect a distributed platform to a variety of different real-world data. Originally filed in June 2018, so way back, One example of a use case provided includes using the smart contracts to automatically settle options contracts when pre-agreed conditions are met, such as a company's debt-to-equity ratio hitting a certain threshold. Another example for the oil industry is feeding data on the density of specific crude oil shipment to help a smart contract determine whether to make a trade. Smart contracts are most associated with Ethereum, but other large blockchains are looking to add similar capabilities. Earlier this year, derivatives exchange BitMEX, which is now facing legal troubles, awarded a $50,000 grant to Bitcoin Core contributor to develop a Bitcoin smart contract. One of the two authors of the patent, Ripple's former CTO, Stefan Thomas, which amazing guy, previously revived a defunct project called Codius, one working to bring smart contracts to Ripple into a new startup, Coil. While a patent indicates that time and effort going into a rough draft of, in this case, a new smart contract-based derivative, it doesn't necessarily mean that Ripple has any active plans to move ahead with the development. CoinDesk reached out to Ripple for comment, but hadn't received any response by press time. But guys, man, what can't Ripple do? What can't XRP do? Let me ask you that, right? It's mastered the payments, it's mastered the transactions aspect of what you need out of a digital currency, out of a digital tool, out of a digital bridge asset. And now let's see what else you can do with it, right? With that ability for faster transactions, faster data movement, seamlessly. Data packets moving in microseconds. Alright guys, so our last piece of news here. Some good stuff. Thanks for everybody tuning in. You guys are amazing. How's everybody doing out there? And exactly XRP number 1. If, when, exactly. Sweden's progress in strengthening measures to tackle money laundering and terrorist financing. 2017 assessment of Sweden's measure to tackle money laundering and terrorist financing and their follow-up report in 2018. The country has taken a number of actions to strengthen its framework. Sweden has been in a regular follow-up process following the July 2018 progress report. In line with the FATF procedures for mutual evaluations, the country has reported back to the FATF on the actions it has taken since then. To reflect Sweden's progress, the FATF has now re-rated the country on recommendation 26, regulation and supervision of financial institutions, from partially compliant to largely compliant. The report also looks at whether Sweden's measures meet the requirements of FATF recommendations that have changed since the 2018 follow-up report. The FATF agreed to re-rate recommendation 15, new technologies, from compliant to largely compliant. Sweden remains rated compliant for recommendation 2, national cooperation and coordination. Sweden is rated compliant on 14 recommendations and largely compliant on 23 recommendations. It remains partially compliant on 3 recommendations. Sweden will continue to report back to the FATF in progress, or on its progress. So as you can see, Sweden moving from a partially compliant to a largely compliant regulatory framework according to the FATF. And it's good to keep note, let's see what's going to be going on with these FATF's rules and implementations of those rules globally, and see how this regulatory framework pans out. So then you have the FATF talking right here on this PDF. I'll share this with you guys. Talking about virtual assets and virtual asset service providers, right? Just another word for digital assets at the end of the day, I think. But here you go, guys. I'll share this link with you guys. Let's get into the Twitter posts. So, Mr. C, I usually don't share Riddler's posts, but I thought in this one, why not? Let's have some fun speculating here. So, Mr. C, everything's on schedule. 11:03, highlighted red on the clock. God bless you. So, I don't see 11:03 here personally, highlighted in red on the clock. I see 11 over here. There's no red highlight there. I see 3 over here. There's no red highlight there. Maybe it's a riddle. Maybe I just don't quite understand. Right? Some people are saying, oh, 3 when you add the 2 and the 1, and then, people just trying to find ways to make it seem like it's 11-3. But people thinking, yeah, day after the election, basically, right? 11-2 would be election day. 11-3 would be the day after. Who knows? But then I thought this was pretty interesting, shared by Digital Bridge Carrier. And wait, let me see what this is. No, so Digital Bridge Carrier right here, noting 113 in all these Pixar and Disney movies, right? A113. And I even looked at it myself. And look at this. Remember I talked about the movie Onward and some connections that it would have to... We got 113 in progress right here. But I talked about Onward and how it had some ripple symbols in there as well. What is A113, right? What is freaking A113? Even in Family Guy. Is this the new, how some people would say, oh, the movie 9/11 would be saying it, right? And look at this, A113 right here on their fins. Like, this is very deliberate, right? So what is 113? What is 113, guys? Even in Simpsons, what the heck is 113? What is A113? Crazy stuff. People are saying it's the room where all these developers and animators are from, that Tim Burton and a bunch of other animators have come out from. But you're seeing it on a bunch of new movies as well. It's still continuing. So what is that thing, man? What is this whole thing with 113? Is it November the 3rd? Is it? I don't know. But let's get into this. Bank for International Settlements, Financial Stability in the Age of Global and Systemic Ecological Risks. What role for central banks? Read the latest contribution by Luis Pereira and the authors of The Green Swan. So right here. Excuse me. Thought I heard something. Black swans, unpredictable, explained ex post. Scientific certainty or occurrence, massive impacts, cascading effects, essential risk, values at stake, irreversibility, no hedging alone, cooperation for the green swans. And for white swans, impacts easily estimated, past ex proxy of the future. Interesting that they're posting this so recent, though, right? They posted it today in the morning. So Bank of the International Settlements, BIS, we know their connections to everything as well, you guys. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. 113 angel number. Okay, I see that. I hear you. It's like watching paint dry, exactly, Josiah Turner. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to another DLT Crypto Charts and News live stream. Appreciate you guys. I'll probably be seeing you guys tomorrow. Probably not tonight, but we'll see how it goes. But most likely tomorrow. Guys, good to see y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thanks for your support. As always, 20 likes on this stream, 13 viewers. You guys are amazing. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you, BTC community, Ethereum community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto community, all the communities out there. And guys, remember, the future is bright, and I'll never tell you guys what to do. I'll just tell you guys what's up. And what is up is LBA, Casino Coin in the past hour, AGI, and then DAG, UOS, and Solo and TNT doing things. Let's see what happens, y'all. Much love. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.